Yeah, well, you know.
If you intend to speak at tonight's meeting, please grab the citizen comment card in the back. There are 2 meetings. Do us a favor, specify which one, and bring that up. We'll get started in a few minutes. All right, we'll call this regular meeting to order at 7:03 p.m. City Secretary, is our quorum present?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And first we have invocation and pledge by Chaplain Vera Adams.
Would everyone bow their heads, please? Father, thank you for the Jersey Village City Council to be able to meet and transact community business. I ask that you open the minds and hearts of those under the sound of my voice. Give clarity, understanding, and wisdom to those who will speak. Let the business that will transpire be delivered concisely and unity prevail. Let the community be blessed by the work of the leaders who give their time and talents. In the name of Jesus, I pray, amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Chaplain. Now we're going to move on to the election items. First is discussion and consideration of Ordinance 2026-14, canvassing the return of the results of the general election held May 2nd. At this time, I ask every council member to pull out, you have 2 envelopes, and pull out the one that's marked general election. Yeah, you can open it. I didn't say open it. You can open it. Yep. The summary of the precinct report is for council member place 1, Michael Britton, male 8 votes, early 318 votes, election day 156 votes, totaling 482 votes. Same race council member place 1, Kurt Beasley, male 10 votes, early 313 votes, election day 125 votes, total votes 448. Councilmember place 4, Connie Rossi, male 14 votes, early 454 votes, election day 202 votes, totaling 670 votes. Councilmember place 5, Brian McCauley, male 10 votes, early 332 votes, election day 132 votes, totaling 474 votes. Councilmember place 5, Steve Gill, male 8 votes, early 298 votes, election day 156 votes, totaling 462 votes. After everybody's reviewed the canvass material, the official canvass of the returns of the general and special election held on May 2nd reflects that the following persons were duly elected to their their respective positions. Councilmember place 1, Michael Britton. Councilmember place 4, Connie Rossi. Councilmember place 5, Brian McCauley. Didn't state on here, we go ahead and open the second envelope. Is this for this? Oh, we also have to review this one, right? No, that's for that's fire control agendas. Okay. Now I'd like to call a motion to approve Ordinance 2026-14, canvassing the returns and declaring the results of the general and special election held May 2nd, 2026.
I move to approve Ordinance 2026-14.
And I will second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Motion passes. This concludes the canvass of the general special election held on May 2nd, 2026 for the City of Jersey Village with a total of 942 votes. Now move on to item C2, to issue the certificate of election and administer oath of office to newly elected officials. City Secretary Courtney Rutherford, if I can have Michael Britton and Brian McCauley and Connie Rossi come up.
if you'll raise your right hands and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Michael Britton,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office,
the duties of the office,
and please state your office,
Councilman Position 5, Place 1,
okay, for the City of Jersey Village
City of Jersey Village,
of the State of Texas,
of the State of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
and will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution
and the laws of the United States
and the laws of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
I gotta undo that. Oh, you have to. All right. You came prepared.
These are your certificates of election.
So, pardon, I have notes that are on my phone because I thought I was going to be up there, and I remembered it's normally done down here. Before we move on, I need to take a moment for the two members on dais that are rolling off. I remember when former Mayor Bobby Warren told me I need to meet this guy named Drew Wasson. And we set up lunch at a barbecue joint, and I was very impressed at that lunch by his grasp of the process and his heart of servitude, which was proven over the years. Drew does this job out of service to his citizens of every background. He has consistently shown integrity and real commitment to the long-term success of Jersey Village and has done a fantastic job with his newsletters and keeping the public informed. I'm always impressed by his ability to communicate, and it is harder than it looks, and he makes it look natural. Jennifer McCrae has taught me a lot, and during her time on council and before that, I was definitely the cause of some communication failures at times, but we've challenged each other along the way, and I appreciate the respect that she has shown to me. I have tried to return it whenever I absolutely could. I very appreciate her friendship. Jennifer stands up for what's right. She's not afraid to stand her ground. And by the very nature of elections, not everybody on council has the same opinion and value, but what's important is the professionalism and the way that we deliberate professionally with respect to each other and efficiency. And Jennifer has done just that. Few council members on this dais understand our zoning and community standard codes as well as Jennifer does, and I have seen her on several meetings bring that expertise and avert a bad decision. Jennifer and Drew, because of you, our city is in a better place for many years to come, and I appreciate your hard work and friendship. We have, if y'all want to come down here, Drew, the city would like to present you with a nice token of your work, appreciating your 7 years on the dais.
Thank you.
And Jennifer, not enough for all the work that you've done, but very much appreciate y'all's time. We are going to, let's absolutely clap, Andy, you're right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to recess for an undetermined number of minutes so that we can swap out who's here and take a few pictures. Appreciate all the family that came out. We will get started in a few minutes.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
All right, we're going to resume our regular meeting at 7:22 p.m. And the first item is citizen comments. The first will be Jim Fields.
Hello, I'm Jim Fields. I live in 16413 St. Helier, and I want to thank you for allowing me to contribute to tonight's meeting. Congratulations, Michael Britton. Congratulations, Brian McCauley. May you serve the people well. And I was looking at the May meeting, and they had a note they're going to be replacing this paper and pencil to electronic voting machines. That's fantastic. I'm glad to see that. And that was brought up over 2 years ago. Also, I want to say, again, thanks to Councilperson Rossi. Anytime on an email, she is always professional, comes back with information that's useful. Thank you again. Action. The minutes need to be amended as I did not say anything about police conduct. I merely reported their actions and was wondering why they were ordered to drop off the people. Also not mentioned in the minutes was the higher sewer costs for people with single meters. Infrastructure, street light on 24 hours of Pheasant Colony, 2 months. Street sign missing corner of Carlsbad, Jersey Drive, that's new. Street sign missing at Pheasant Colony, Steepleway, that's 3 months. Missing bridge barrier, no parking on this side. Signs missing Castle Bridge, 5 months. Street collapse between Science Club and Park and Ride, 1 year plus. Street markings and need repainting, lane dividers, wetways over a year. It's a terrible stench sewage plant on Philippine at Beltway 8. Entrance to Village Drive is starting to look like a junkyard again. They got looks like an abandoned boat with a flat tire. It's terrible over there with all the cars. Large oak trees on the west side of Jones Road and Steepleway, still dangerous. Also, recommendations, I'm going to repeat this again. People with single meters pay more for their fair share of sewer costs than residences with 2 meters. Why? Because they changed the water averaging from 3 months to 4 months to monthly consumption. Because during the summertime, you use more water to water your lawn, so your sewer rate's going up, but it's not justified compared to you have 2 meters. Then I have these 3 questions here. Did I get my stuff in order here? Yes, I did. When codes or ordinances are not enforced, do they become obsolete? Mayor, do they become obsolete?
I don't have any comment for you, Jim.
What did he say?
I don't have any comment for you. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know
We
the
have a
answer
lawyer
to
right
that.
here.
You have another 2.5 minutes.
Okay. All right. When and which areas will the sewer and water lines be replaced? I know it says complex. I went on the website, like you said. I couldn't find any information. Do you know anywhere else I can look for when the areas and what the plans are? I did see they're just finishing up looking at all the lines. So do you have any additional information?
We keep the website up to date with as much public information as we can on our infrastructure projects.
I know. Okay. All right. Because you said it was up there, but it wasn't. Okay. I'm going to ask this again. What is the source of water irrigation for the golf course?
I think that was answered the last meeting.
No, it was not answered.
It was.
No, it wasn't. What was the answer? The answer was read the email. Can you please read the email?
I don't have that email. I believe you have that email. Is there anything else that you have?
No, you're the one. You're the one that sent it to me. He's the author. He knows. Can we please get an answer to that? Because I'll answer it. I'll ask it next time too. Wow. Anytime we ask questions up here that If there's something fishy or suspicious, you're reluctant to answer it. That's the pattern, and that's not good. Okay. Last one. Are we a sanctuary city, yes or no? You've danced around that in emails. You danced around city council meetings. It says that the minutes you had, but I went back with video. For clarification, can you say the city is not a sanctuary city?
We did not dance around that. I gave you a very direct answer last meeting.
No, you did not.
It is on the website. You are welcome to review it.
No, you did not. This is for public record, Mayor. This is where it counts.
It is on public record, and it was a very direct answer last month.
No, it was not. Please tell me where you said it. Did you say those words? You did not, sir.
In this meeting, I gave you a very direct answer.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't, sir. I reviewed it. Please review it again. I'm going to ask it because eventually I'm going to keep asking this question, and your reluctance to answer it, I'm going to send the emails and the videos to these meetings. I'm going to send it to Greg Abbott, and I'm going to send it to ICE.
Tell him I said hi.
Okay. All right. I will do it. I'm serious. I don't know why you dodged the questions.
Not a problem. I've had a great relationship with Greg Abbott. I enjoyed my meetings with him. So
I'll just tell the truth, Mayor. That's all I'm asking.
Mr. Fields, you mentioned the road collapsing next to Sam's. Is this the same road that? Please, because I'd like to clarify something. If this is the same road, because you brought it up again, and I want to make sure we have the right one. The road next to Sam's, is that the one that we talked about a few months ago?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Austin emailed Tuesday, January 13th at 4:23 p.m. stating that he had submitted a request to the county.
Wonderful.
So that is a county road.
Is it? It's in the city of Jersey Village?
It's county. It's Harris County. It's not Jersey Village.
Really? Okay.
Yes, sir. And then you mentioned some street signs that were missing on certain roads. I didn't catch the name of the roads. So
Bridge.
If they're the ones I'm thinking, they might be county as well.
Fantastic. Yes, I think they are now, if that's a county road.
Okay, so if they're county, then Austin has submitted whenever he can, like whenever he gets exactly the location that you're speaking of,
yes,
he will submit it. But there's also a way, and I'm happy to share with you through an email, how a citizen or anyone could report county roads and issues like that. So
wonderful.
So if you'd like, I can send that to you when I get a second.
I just want to say again, this is an example for the new city council members. Councilperson Rossi is always professional. She's always kind, and she always comes back with excellent information, and always has a desire to resolve the problems or the issues to make our city better. Thank you again, Council Member Rossi.
Thank you, sir.
No, you're good. You're fantastic. I agree with him on that issue alone. Judy Yarberry.
Good evening. My name is Judy Yarberry. Congratulations to our two new city council people. I have a tendency to maybe go down a rabbit hole sometimes about concerns I have with the city of Jersey Village, spending money, etc. But I come here today to say thank you. If you will notice above, we have light bulbs in our light fixture, and I sent an email to Mayor Singleton. He forwarded it to Austin, and I want to thank you. Something as simple as let there be light. We have 4 light bulbs. It's a little brighter, and maybe that'll help all of us appreciate the brightness that we have here in Jersey Village. So thank you for your work. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Judy. Kimberly Anow.
My name is Kimberly Anow, and I live at 15601 Singapore Lane. As my 56th installment on Jersey Village, during the rain on Friday, May 1st, I saw a gentleman employee from Public Works Garbage and Recycle Contractor, GFL, empty our roller garbage can and pushed it up our Solomon driveway apron, which was recently poured to be much more angled. He stepped back on the huge lime green truck, but the thump of the fallen garbage can caught his attention. He hopped off, as well as his driver's side coworker, and walked back the several feet to our driveway to put the can upright and closer to the sidewalk. They then stepped onto the backed up GFL truck to proceed cleaning Seattle Street. The Public Works Department manages essential city services, including solid waste, recycling, water distribution, wastewater treatment, street maintenance, and public right-of-ways. They also maintain the city's vehicle fleet to support reliable operations, focus on efficiency, sustainability, and strengthening infrastructure to support a thriving and well-maintained city. There are 2 ways to report an issue: using the SeeClickFix new request feature on the website, or by downloading the official city mobile application, MyJV. If you have a water or an infrastructure-related emergency and need immediate assistance, call 713-466-2118 and request Public Works on call. Situations warranting emergency response include a water main break, no water as unrelated to billing status, dirty water, low or high water pressure, sewer backup, manhole overflow, and manhole lid missing. There is also a reference list, after hours troubleshooting area of responsibility guide PDF for helpful tips for managing utility-related emergencies while awaiting on-call personnel response. Public Works divisions include streets, who oversees street panel, curb and sidewalk issues, street sweeping, stormwater drainage, and infrastructure. Utilities oversees all water system components, including water supply, storage, distribution, and wastewater treatment. The project manager oversees street reconstruction projects as well as major public works improvement projects. Fleet-related inquiries can be directed to the department manager. Accounts payable inquiries can be directed to the department accounts payable email. Street sweeping is typically performed Monday through Thursday. Depending on seasonal leaf debris volume, the sweeper may operate more frequently or less as required. There are 4 zones of designated streets swept each Monday through Thursday. The mosquito spraying season runs from March 1st to November 1st. Spraying typically occurs between 9 p.m. and 5 a.m. 1 time per week, then March through June, and 2 to 3 times per week, July through September. As a pollinator habitat enthusiast, I'm not a fan of spraying, but I digress. On the Public Works page of the city website, there are additional resource links for work order requests and the City Comprehensive Plan PDF, the 2024 Annual Drinking Water Quality Report PDF, Texas Commission on Environmental Quality Water Quality Information, Utility Response City Map PDF, as well as links to report street light outage, the City Center Point Energy Outage Tracker, and a report to report a missed trash or recycle pickup. My observations are that municipal public works staff have a thankless job. We mostly just see their white trucks on our streets, or they are working outside in the Texas weather as we drive the speed limit in a temperature-controlled vehicle. Public Works make our streets drivable and water flow where it should, among many other responsibilities. So if they have a need to take a shower or wash their uniforms to prevent cross-contamination, they should freely be able to do so, as they are also heroes in Jersey Village. Thank you.
Thank you, Kimberly. That concludes citizen comment. Item E, City Manager Report. City Manager report's in front of you. Does anybody have any questions or comments for the City Manager?
I had a couple of comments. So it looks like the city, per the financial monthly reports, it looks like the city is continuing to invest in infrastructure, flood mitigation, public safety projects, while also securing grant funding. And Jennifer, you did a great job on that report. The fire department had a star highlight, Talon Canaris, who joined in 2023. The police department, I wanted to give a congratulations to Lieutenant Scott, Sergeant Moreno, and Sergeant Morgan, for the promotions. And also, if you didn't get a chance to read the Chief's Corner, my thoughts are with the family affected by the recent house fire, and I'm grateful for the quick response and professionalism of our police and fire departments. So thank you for that as well. Public Works Department, if you haven't gotten a chance, and it could be because of the industry that I'm in, I love the Public Works Department report. But here, Danielle highlights the My360 portal, and I really recommend you take a look at that and at your water usage. And she also talked a little bit about water conservation and how the city is planning around that. And let's see. I also wanted to congratulate Robert Bassford. I can never see him if he's sitting there because I know we're in a weird position, but congratulations to you. He's earned the Certified Parks and Rec Executive designation from the National Recreation and Park Association, so I wanted to congratulate you for that.
To add on to that, the document says there's only 72 of those individuals in the state of Texas. That is a very impressive certification. No other comments? We'll move on to the consent agenda. Does anyone have any items they would like to remove from the consent agenda? Then a motion.
Oh, can I make one comment about the minutes? I just thought of this. I'm sorry. There was a correction in the minutes, and I had reached out to Courtney, and we got it sorted out, but it was just a little blurb, and so I just did want to point that out.
I'll make a motion to approve the minute.
Motion to approve the consent agenda?
Yes.
And a second?
And I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Motion passes. Move on to the regular agenda, item G1, discussion and consideration of the resolution 2026-23 electing a mayor pro tem.
Before we get started, I apologize for me being late. I had an emergency situation with one of my patients, and I had to handle a few things, but I got here as fast as I could.
I'll make a motion for Connie Rossi to be Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay, we have a nomination for Connie Rossi.
And I'll second that.
Another nomination?
Well, I was going to do the same. I'll say everything that I've been to as current Mayor Pro Tem, Connie's been right by my side. And her energy and exuberance and passion for the city is second to none. And I really think it is time to pass the baton to the Lady in the Beautiful. What's this flower about? I love this. There's no such thing as a third, but I'm going to third it anyway.
Okay, then I think we only have one nomination. You made a motion instead of a nomination. So we have a motion to approve Connie Rossi as the Mayor Pro Tem. Do we have a second? Simon seconded your motion. Okay, then all those in favor? Motion passes.
Congratulations.
Now we're going to move on to picking committee assignments. So this is, I've seen it done in a couple of different ways. We're going to roll around on seniority and pick who is, and go through committees. If you'd like to continue to serve on your committee, then that's fine. Just name it. That brings us to Michelle.
I'm fine wherever you guys decide to place me. I'm happy to serve on any committee. If anybody would like Parks and Rec, they can have it. If they would like my eyes on another committee, I'm happy to have that.
Connie, do you want to stay where you're at or move to any committee?
Well, since TERS 2 has dissolved, I still can stay on TERS 3, but then that would leave me with one committee. I definitely couldn't do Parks and Rec because of the time that they meet, but I'm willing to take on another committee. So if you'd like, I can take Planning and Zoning. I was told that they meet Mondays typically when they do meet. Is that pretty much, I think that's fine.
They have usually been meeting like prior to the council meeting because they usually come into council afterwards. So they will most likely be moving to Tuesdays, same as council.
What time do they usually meet?
They usually meet at like 6.
Okay. So it would be 6 and then come straight to the council meeting afterwards?
Yes, ma'am.
I think I can do that. If it would be Tuesdays, yeah, I think I can do that. If you guys are fine with it.
If it tends to be a meeting where they're going to need to meet longer, then we do schedule it on a night separate from council.
Okay. If nobody else wants it, I'll take it because I know that one's and so I'm willing to take that one.
Simon?
I'm good with the Golf Course Advisory Committee.
Macaulay?
A question. Oh my gosh, I hate when this is so loud. I have a question. For the Zoning Board of Adjustment and the Board of Adjustment of Appeals, the one that McRae did sit on, and wait, Connie, you just took P&Z? Yes. Okay, for the other two, are there either of those that benefit from whoever sits on them having a long time in the city, or I know there's like a couple ones that they don't meet that often, and so it does benefit that. Can you just...
Building Board of Adjustment is best suited for someone who has significant experience.
Okay.
Or is that the Board of Adjustment?
And what time?
They're both kind of similar boards.
Yeah.
When does that one meet, the Board of Adjustment?
They only meet as needed. So it's when an application comes in for a variance or a zoning change. So they don't meet very often.
So, Mayor Pro Tem, can I suggest that you be on that board?
For the Building Board of Adjustment and Appeals and the zoning?
Yeah, just for your tenureship of ins and outs of the city.
And not take planning and zoning, which is fine.
No, well, you were on two boards before, so I think I'm asking if you could be on two, if you could take that one as well.
I see.
If it's an as needed and not,
if it's,
I just like if we could have your.
Yeah. If it's as needed and there's some flexibility with the scheduling, Courtney, would you say that? Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
I was trying to look. BOA, they haven't met, I think, since 2024. The Board of Adjustment, Zoning Board of Adjustment.
Would you be opposed to that?
No, I can do those. I can do both of those, yeah.
Okay. I feel like that makes sense in my brain for you as Mayor Pro Tem to be.
So just to clarify, Connie will be Planning and Zoning, Building Board of Adjustment, Zoning Board of Adjustment, and TERS 3?
Okay. I think we probably dropped TERS 3.
I would say just drop the TERS 3
then.
Drop
the TERS. I'm asking,
somebody else on TERS.
Yeah, that's why I was asking which ones are that would be more beneficial to someone who has like years of experience here versus to swap some of those out. So Planning and Zoning, Board of Adjustment, both to Connie. and then that leaves TERS open.
So that leaves, I think that would leave one council member not on a board,
Okay.
not as a
Somebody
liaison.
planning
We
and zoning.
still have some, because we have Parks and Rec and TERS 3.
I show we just have Parks and Rec and TERS 3 left that need liaisons.
Wait, who's opens TERS 2
I wouldn't mind doing Parks and Rec if nobody else
Okay.
wants it. So.
And Michael Britton, do you have any preference? It looks like TERS 3 is the one left.
That
I'll
leaves
take that
me.
one.
That
Take
leaves
TERS
me
3.
off all boards, though.
Yep. So
Well, take planning and zoning. Take me off of planning and zoning then, and then I'll take the other the BBOA and the zoning board of adjustment. If that's fine, I'll take those, and someone takes the planning or.
Can you tell me I'm sorry because I didn't sit on these boards, the planning and zoning, give me a little cliff notes on that one.
planning, zoning, capital improvements, they regulate all of our building codes and standards, and they meet typically before the council meeting at 6 p.m. unless it needs to be a longer meeting. And then they'll schedule it as needed. I will also say I don't get assigned to any of these, and I'm happy to fill in when needed on all of these too. That goes for everybody. I have a very flexible schedule now.
So this one meets monthly, the P&Z?
As needed.
They just went through a time period where they did a lot of work and they were definitely meeting very regularly. Now it will loosen up quite a bit.
And I'm happy to serve on that. If there are too many that Connie needs to be on, I'm happy to take planning and zoning if that would help in capital improvements.
Connie's only on 2, and one of them hasn't met in years, so I'm not concerned about that. I'm just trying to find my place. If it's planning and zoning, or I flop with Brian and keep on Parks and Rec. But I think P&Z is fine with me.
Can we put you on P&Z?
I think that works for me, if that works for all of you.
All right.
What have you got?
Going to roll through this for planning and zoning. Councilmember Michelle Martin. Building Board of Adjustment and Appeals, Councilmember Connie Rossi. Parks and Rec Advisory, Councilmember Brian McCauley. Golf Course Advisory, Simon Hughes. Zoning Board of Adjustment, Connie Rossi. TERS 3, Michael Britton. And if everybody's good with that, then a motion to...
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the assignment of the committees that Mayor just announced.
And I'll second that.
A motion and a second. All those in favor? Motion passes. Moving on to regular agenda item G3, discussion and consideration of resolution 2026-19, authorizing an agreement with the audit firm Whitley Penn LLP for independent audit. Finance Director Jennifer Brown.
Thank you. Good evening. Pursuant to state statute, the city is required to have our records and accounts audited by a certified professional accountant, a public accounting firm, who is licensed to practice in the state of Texas. We have not changed auditors in, as far as I can tell, over a decade. Other than the previous firm being bought out. So we went out, we did a request for qualifications, and our financial policies state that we would do this every 5 years, and this is the one that we adopted last year. Every 5 years we would request proposals from qualified firms, including the current auditors if their past performance has been satisfactory. Our previous auditors opted not to submit a proposal for this round. And so we had 6 firms that submitted by the deadline. We had a total of 38 firms that downloaded the RFQ packet it was published on BidNet Direct. We advertised twice in the Houston Chronicle on April 8th and April 15th. Submissions were due April 30th. We did receive 6, Carr, Riggs, and Ingram, Whitley Penn, Vale and Park, Patillo, Brown and Hill, ABIP, and Brooks, Watson and Company were the 6 that submitted. My accounting manager, Jordan, and I reviewed all 6 proposals in about 3 days to turn it around to meet the deadline to post the agenda for this meeting. But we had stated criteria that were in the RFQ document, the evaluation process. We weighted 40% of the score on the firm's background and experience, 30% based on the key project personnel, 15% to their specific audit approach and strategy, and 15% to the estimated cost. And so Jordan and I reviewed those independently and then came back together. And as you can see on page 113 in the packet, we took the technical scores, averaged those out, and for both of us, Whitley Penn came out on top. And then there was a maximum of 15 points for cost, and that did not change the rankings. And so with that, Whitley Penn is our recommendation for the next 3-year engagement with 2 optional 1-year extensions. We will be bringing forward an engagement letter each year to the City Council for approval, since the City Council is the one engaging the audit firm. And so we do appreciate all the effort that was put into the proposals by all the audit firms. We are recommending through Resolution 2026-19 the engagement with an audit firm of Whitley Penn. And at this time I would like to introduce Lupe Garcia, who is in the audience representing Whitley Penn. I can attest to his professionalism. I have worked with him before, and I know they're going to do a great job for us.
Thank you. I know we had discussion about 3 years ago when we picked this firm that we were specifically noting that, yes, they had bought that other firm, but that there was a significant difference and that we were changing auditors and not the same audit firm for a decade.
Okay, yes. So we did have last year, when we did the engagement letter, we did note the change from Belton Harris to Crow. And then, but it is best practice to go out. I couldn't find any documentation, just with some of the issues that we've had in the last couple of years. I felt it was a good idea to go out and do an RFQ. It's always good practice to see what's out there, make sure you're getting the best fresh eyes on the city's books. And and then in conversations with Crow, they opted not to pursue submission again for this one.
So in the packet, on page 112, in all caps, you wrote, "Cost will not be the primary factor in the section of an audit firm, in the selection of an audit firm."
Yes.
Could you give like the layman's reason for that, just so we all understand why that is?
It's very easy to say the government has to take the low bid on things, but when you're looking at professional services, the low bid is not necessarily the best service to the city, and it's actually a state Board of Public Accountancy rules that you cannot award a contract for an audit strictly based on costs.
Does this also, this type of a service, it's also to, well, is it fair to say, to keep governmental entities from hiring friends or kind of doing anything like that? Is that part of that as well? Is this sort of a transparency thing in that way?
Lupe, do you want to speak to that on the cost as far as like why the State Board of Accountancy outlines that? He's probably a lot more familiar with it than I am.
Good evening, Mayor, members of City Council. My pleasure to be here tonight. In regards to professional services under Texas state law, there's certain professions where you have to evaluate the qualifications of the professional providing that service to the city. Cost can't be the first thing that you consider, but it is a consideration, and it was factored in the city's matrix of scoring. And the simple fact is, governmental entities need to first evaluate that they have someone competent and qualified to perform that service first before moving forward to cost. If cost can't be negotiated, then you would move forward to the second company or firm in your rankings.
Thank you. That is, I'm sure no one's surprised. That's not the first time I've heard that, but I just want to make sure that we all understand.
Yes.
Yes, it's not commonly known. I think there is the people think that we have to go with the low bid all the time, and that's not the case in professional services like this. And as in regards to awarding to friends or whatnot, it's competitive. It's based on qualifications. If there are any conflicts of interest, they have to be disclosed as part of the process, and there were none disclosed by any of the firms.
No other questions? We can move on to a motion.
Move to approve Resolution 2026-19 to engage Whitney Penn to provide audit services.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor? Motion passes. Moving on to item G4, discussion and consideration of ordinance 2026-13, amending the fiscal year 2025-26 general fund budget in the amount of $20,000 for the National Recreation Park Association initiative. Robert Bassford, Assistant City Manager.
Good evening, Council, Mayor. Tonight, staff's bringing forward a budget amendment related to a $20,000 youth sports access grant awarded to the City of Jersey Village by the National Recreation and Park Association. The grant funding is allocated towards youth sports equipment starter kits, volunteer and coach training, youth participation scholarships, and a community kickoff event that will coincide with the completion of the Clark Henry Sports Fields project. In addition, the city has committed a $5,000 local match through existing operating budget funds for marketing, outreach, and a part-time program coordinator, meaning no additional expenditure appropriation is required for the city's contribution. This grant was also awarded in conjunction with a separate $80,000 NRPA grant that has already been applied towards Musco sports lighting at the Clark Henry Park Field project, allowing the city to support both the infrastructure and programming components necessary to expand youth sports opportunities within our community. Staff anticipates purchasing the sports equipment kits with the current fiscal year, while expenditures related to training, scholarships, and the kickoff event may extend into the following fiscal year, depending on the completion of the construction. This amendment is administrative in nature and is simply necessary to properly recognize the grant revenue and authorize the associated expenditures within the general fund.
Does anybody have any questions?
Is there any kind of future unfunded obligations that come with the grant?
No. Nope. Basically, this will just kick off our youth sports initiative and allow us the opportunity to jumpstart some of these offerings for our residents.
Thank you.
So to kickstart them, it funds them for how long, and then we have to incorporate it in the budget if we want to continue the program?
Utilizing the part-time wages will potentially get us 7 to 9 seasons of different sports. We have to gauge, the desires of the community and which specific sports we want to offer. Our plan would be to eventually partner with some of the youth sports organizations and just kind of have them run it at no cost to the city, where we just provide the facilities and, something like I-9, it would be a good example. They're a little high priced in my opinion, but a company like that could run these programs for us at our facility while providing discounts to our residents as a part of the facility use agreement. But our intention is just to use the match just to get it kickstarted, to run the leagues ourselves in-house while we gauge the interest of the community and kind of expand that network to some of these organizations that already exist around.
So, since we're talking about the park, there have been some questions about updates on what's going on at the park and how long the project's going to take. Those things. Is there some place on the city website or where people could go and get an update on that sort of thing, the progress, if you will?
Yeah, I can add updates to the project update page on the website. Right now, they're currently working on the concrete. We did have to, we're looking into the soil right now, the existing soil. We want to make sure that we put the proper soil down for longevity of the park. So right now they're moving on schedule. It's just a matter of once we solve the identification of the soil, we'll keep moving. But I can update that on the website or in the monthly report, the city manager report each month.
Thank you.
Nobody has anything to make a motion?
Move to approve ordinance 2026-13 with respect to the matter just discussed.
And I'll second that.
Motion is second to approve 2026-13. All those in favor? Motion passes. All right, we are going to recess the regular May meeting at 8:02 p.m. And now we're going to call to order the City of Jersey Village Board of Directors of the Jersey Village Fire Control Prevention and Emergency Services District and open the meeting. Are there any citizen comments for this meeting? I have none. There are none. We're going to move on to consider approval of the minutes of the Fire Control Prevention and Emergency Medical Service District meeting held January 28th, 2026.
I'll make a motion.
I have a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
I have a second. All those in favor? Motion passes. Moving on to discuss and consider resolution 2026-02, canvassing the returns of the Fire Control Prevention Emergency Medical Service District special election on May 2nd. You can now pull out and open your fire protection envelope. In the consideration of Proposition A4, a vote of 4, mail-in 19 votes, early 567 votes, election day 256 votes, totaling 842 votes, against mail 0, early 55 votes, election day 29 votes, total 84 votes. The official canvass of the returns of the Fire Control Prevention and Emergency Medical Services District special election on May 2nd, 2026, the purpose of voting for or against the proposition of whether the Jersey Village Fire Control Prevention and Emergency Medical Service District should be continued for 20 years and whether the Fire Control Prevention and Emergency Medical Service District sales and use tax should be continued for 20 years. Now call for a motion to approve the resolution.
I'll make that motion.
Yeah, this is the one where, yes, this is where.
I'm sorry. Give him his moment. All right, Austin, we're ready.
I'll make that motion.
The motion.
Sorry, that was my daughter. I'll second.
Motion is second. All those in favor? Motion passes unanimously. This concludes the canvass of the joint special election held on May 2nd, 2026 for the City of Jersey Village Fire Control Prevention and Emergency Medical Service District with a total of 942 votes. That adjourns the Fire Prevention and Emergency Medical Service District meeting at 8:05 p.m. and we will rejoin the regular agenda meeting at 8:05 p.m. and move into mayor and council comments, starting with Councilmember Michelle Martin.
Once again, apologize for being late. How fun to have new people up here, and also kudos for already making motions on your first day up here. I think I probably sat quietly for at least three of these things, so love it. And oh gosh, I don't even know. Welcome summer. Yay for the vote turnout. I'm terrible. That's it.
Councilmember Hughes.
Just again, thanking everybody here in person who attended City Council meeting and those viewing at home. Congratulations to Council Members McCauley and Britton for being elected, and Council Member Rossi for being reelected. And appreciate everybody staying abreast of what's going on in the city. Lots of issues, lots of things coming down the pike. So pay attention and read up and participate and voice your opinions. Thank you.
Councilmember Michael Britt.
I just want to thank everybody that voted. I want to thank everybody that voted for the Proposition A. It's good to see that that's in place, stable. I look forward to serving as best as I can to serve y'all and represent the city well. Yeah, that's it.
Councilmember Connie Rossi.
Well, I'd like to thank Council members Drew Wasson and Jennifer McCrae for their service to our city. It was truly a pleasure serving with them. Congratulations to Council members Britton and McCauley. And I'd like to also thank the residents for attending and participating in the election and attending the meeting tonight. I am incredibly grateful for the opportunity to continue serving JV another 2 years, and I truly appreciate the trust and support that the community has placed in me. So thank you very much.
Councilmember Brian McCauley.
All right, I appreciate it. You know, I'm really excited to be here. So thank you for those that voted. I want to thank my wife for supporting me. It really was a good race, and I think we had some really good candidates that ran. My opponent, Steve Gill, I said it before, I love that guy. He's a great guy. I was actually pretty sad when I saw his name that we were running against each other. But I'm expecting maybe some future plans from him as well. But yeah, happy to be here, and thank you, everybody.
I reiterate, thank you to Drew Wasson and Jennifer McCrae. Michael and Brian, welcome. Really looking forward to working with both of you. And Connie, congrats on not only a well-deserved unopposed run and Mayor Pro Tem. Congrats. Congrats to everybody. Congrats to everybody promoted at the PD recently, and thank you to everybody that responded to the house fire. And a few dates to keep in mind. The Jersey Village Market is coming up on Sunday. It's 11 to 2 here. And then most excitingly is a budget workshop on Monday that starts at 6 p.m. City staff has been working probably the last 2 months on drafting some of their top priorities and cutting things and just looking to produce the best option. This first meeting is where they lay out some of the high priorities, and we have some large discussions. And then in July, we get to do the real fun. City offices are closed May 2nd for Memorial Day. Thank you to everybody that came out and those that contact us and stay involved. Have a good night.